Hello, I'm Pam, and this is made by Pam. So, to many of my viewers, I am going to review NewLook. This one right here. 6963. And here is the back view. So I made this version right here. Yeah. Now, did I follow all the instructions? No, I did not. Because I just can't. So, let me just go ahead and show you the shirt. So here is the shirt. So, I added pockets towards the bottom of the shirt because it's a longer shirt. My daughter wanted pockets. And then it has the pockets up here on the chest. And I tacked, like I sewed these pieces down right here so that they will stay down, because you really don't want that like digging into you and messing with you, so it might as well just be tacked down. Right. Then I just did some white buttons all the way down. I got 6 white buttons. So what did I do different? Well, I did like the burrito method on the yoke. And okay, so the yoke, it only calls for cutting one piece. Well, in my brilliant thinking, which wasn't so brilliant, it's like, oh, well, I want to kind of hide those seams and make things so much nicer. And it does add a little bit of contrast and everything. But in the reality of it all, it made things a little more difficult too, because it just added a little bit extra bulk to the neckline. So what I'm doing right now is I was unbuttoning it. So here is the in view here, and then I just tacked, I just sewed the facing down because I wasn't too pleased with the facing and it stuck up. I just sewed it all the way down, all the way around, and even down the facing on the sides, I sewed all the way down. So you can see my stitching, and I have like a million threads everywhere. You can see my stitching just going along. And then I also did the Hong Kong finish on the seams on the inside. So I took the same facing fabric and I did a bias binding strip and just did those as a Hong Kong finish. And I think that's what it's called. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what it's called. I did it on these raw edges too. So it gives a little more finish to the garment. And did the burrito method on there, which if I was to do it again, I would try to figure out a way to incorporate the facing into that seam there and incorporate the collar also into the seam. But I don't know. It would take a little bit of working out in my mind and finagling with, but I know it can be done. You know, it can be. Basically, I'm thinking it can be done. I think I'll try it on my next set. And then on the inside for the armholes, I did the bias binding facing, so it just kind of peeks through. So yeah, the shirt is all finished. Now, don't get me wrong, I was ready just to take this and toss it and be done with it. I was just so unmotivated yesterday. I was having a bad day. I was in a bad mood. I don't know why. I just was. It was just one of those days where I was just in the slumps, and I didn't want to be around anybody, and frankly, nobody wanted to be around me. And I was sitting here, and I was just kind of going over it in my mind, and I was like, you know what, I just don't even want to do this. And I was thinking, you know what, I'm not even going to get it done before she leaves. Today is Monday. Well, she leaves tomorrow. And I kept at it, and I finished it. Yeah. Now to get on to my next project in my pile. But for this, it was a simple make. Seriously. I just make things harder than they should be, and I complicate things. But I finished it. It's done. Okay, so the size that I made the size 8. Okay? So on the back of the envelope, it says bust 31.5, waist 24, hip 33.5. So are those her measurements? No. Her measurements are more as to maybe a 10 or a 12, kind of in between. So maybe an 11. Because she's 18, almost 19. She'll be 19 soon. But then I go and I look at the finished bust measurements and garment measurements and stuff. And for the bust finished measurement on the A view is a size 40. Like, oh, this is going to give her more than enough room. And then on the waist, they say that the ease is like 8.5 inches above the measurement. Like, so if she was a waist of 24, you're adding 8.5 inches. That is 32.5 inches. So she's probably 29 inches. So that's plenty of ease. So yeah. But it is finished. I can give it to her now. And it is done. Thank goodness. Never happier to see a project done than this one. To have it gone. Alright. Well, thanks guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.